I call it good evening, right? Good evening, everyone. We will continue on our subject from last Sabbath, uh, women, the wifehood, the very important, crucial role of a wife. Last week we described how women are victims of the agenda of the beast system. It's important that we understand things from that perspective so that we can look for solution instead. We are victim. So I mentioned 3 dimensions last week. Number one, attack on women role. Women role, women nature, where women are pushed to give priority to things that should not. We are in a society where profession is more important than motherhood. That is evil. Somebody print money and tell you chase that so much that forget about being a mother. Or put it for later in life. And before you know it, you realize that this was a trap. Sometimes too late. So it's a willful agenda against women. Why? Woman is the soil of life. So if you want to destroy any nation, attack the soil and attack the seed. That's it. Nothing gonna work. So it's very important that we understand this so that everybody understand, look, God did not originally design women to function the way it is today. I encourage us to be very patient and listen carefully before you take any conclusion or make any conclusion. It's a mentality that is bringing women to believe so-called education is more important than the fulfillment of their nature as a soil of life. Women should be educated as much as they want. They should not be a priority over motherhood. It's wrong. It's evil. It's against life. Therefore, abortion is now promoted so much. Even like the billionaire, they put a lot of money into it. I have met some sisters that have done things from ignorance in the name of getting education, doing abortion. Now, when they are ready for children, something happened and it's not coming. Now you have everything you want. You have the money, you have the degree, everything. Now, there are things you can't fix it. These are bitter things. It hurts. I don't feel good talking about. But I need to describe the thing that we start speaking to our young people. Be educated, take all the caution you have to, but never ever place any form of education over motherhood. Without making this clear that without any contradiction, we are not saying to despise education. They should never, by no means, come first. No. No. By nature, you are the soil of life first. No woman, no nation, period. Even Christ can come to earth without women. So you have to be satisfied a whole lot. The fact that God honor you, God literally honor you to partake the mystery of life. Which degree can substitute that? None. So there is a huge agenda against it. The next one is your children. It's another evil to disconnect the mother from the baby, 3-month baby. Will be screaming, looking for mama. Where's mama? Mama went to work looking for dollar. What? This is child abuse. It's a crime. It's more than breastfeeding. It's a connection. And the child is sucking the breast and looking in the eye of the mother. It's creating a bound and bringing a sense of fulfillment to the mother as well, and balance your home. It's such a great stuff. Nothing should substitute that. No job, no salary should take place. I wish women could really fight for their real right. I really wish that. The right to be a mother to your children. I wish I could hear something that's a woman's right. Hmm? So it's evil, and they don't explain it to us very well. Go get more dollar, but don't forget to hand over your children to us. It's an agenda. So they will determine the next generation because the father went to work. Now they make things so hard that whatever he's making will not be enough. Send the mother also to work. So the father go to work, mother go to work. So we hand over the children to the government. Then the government will educate them. It will determine what the next generation will look like. So this is a global-based system from UN created by the Catholic Church through the Jesuits. So people need to understand this very well. It's a serious stuff. UN is created by the Jesuit or by the papacy, Catholic Church, through Jesuit to control the whole world. So the agenda of education is not really for you. It's about controlling the next generation. Because if you read Revelation 13, verse 3, for the whole world to wander after the beast, there's a need of conditioning. Absolutely. You got to condition people to follow. Conditioning means educate the people. To wander after them with admiration. Wow. For somebody to deceive so much that you will wander after the person with admiration, the deception should be so profound that you feel like you are winning. That's what is happening. The woman is a very victim, a serious victim in this agenda. So when I'm saying something here, please don't misunderstand me. I have nothing against women. I come out of one, I marry one, and I make another one. So, but again, the message correctly that you are a victim. You have a right and power by God to say no more. I will go back God way. The third level is they want you to feel bad about yourself. It's to create emotional and mental confusion. We were growing up, our mother, it was okay for them to keep their hair natural. They will, what do you call it? Plait it, do it. They will make it really nice as they play, and they feel happy about it. They're okay with it. Today, even grandma don't like her hair. She need to put something else. Yeah, I'm not against the wig, okay? You might lose your hair. You might need to cover up. It might be a covering for you. All right. But the moment you're going to start feeling bad because you don't have one, while you have your natural hair, then something's wrong. The very hair you used to have happily, now you don't like your own hair anymore, then you know there's a play. Something has been played against you. It goes so far that in some job, they require the wig. Yeah? They literally require that the way you should dress, what you should put on. Here in this country, they do that. For some position, they request that from you. It's a requirement. The way you dress. Now the new generation, if they don't dress revealing, it's not good enough. This might not make sense to maybe the older people on the line, but the new people can understand me. The young girl today, they have to dress in a certain way, take a picture, and put it on Facebook or somewhere for somebody to like it. So they're craving for that. That means there's some big holes that they're trying to fill up. If you're hearing me so far, it's called damaging the nature of women. They don't like themselves anymore. So they need to be forcing things, do things that to be liked, to be loved. So it's a very crucial. All right. Sorry about the interruption. So number three is they build women not to like themselves. So they have to do things. They have to change their breasts. They have to increase the volume. They're behind. They have to grasp. Now it's killing a lot of systems. A lot of American, you go to Dominican Republic because it's a little bit cheaper there. But you don't have a good coverage. So sometimes it's not properly done. And you get rotten and someone dying from it. So who introduced this kind of stuff that you don't like, you're behind, you need to go graph, make it bigger to take a pictures. For that reason, you can die. It's fine. Wow. The same person can take a risk to die just to have a bigger behind, but they will tell them, you don't need to have a child. Your body will change. So these are serious conditioning. And these are playing against women a whole lot. So it's very important that everyone become very aware. The next one is about your hormones. From 1960s, when they introduced birth control and many other stuff, and then modify food. It's a whole complete agenda, medication and food for one purpose. Today we can see it. 1960s, women will have 17 years before they get their first period. Now, it's 9-year-old, 10-year-old. Women have been engineered to become like that. And the children now, please, I challenge anybody, go and study the side effect of a children formula. You'll be surprised, you'll be horrified. It really put them to the point where they develop a lot of allergies. Go and check it out. Most of the formulas are against children health. It's dangerous. The vaccine, we have so much autism anytime going on. It's an agenda against life. So we are having a family that the devil is destroying. And he make you drink the poison yourself. Just to let you know that it tastes good. Just drink it. So husband, we have become very less manly. Men used to take pride to provide for their family. Now we are missing out very bad. Men used to be responsible. Now men can be playing video game for whole day. 30-year-old man can be doing that. It's a curse. The most precious moment of your whole life playing a video game. 20, 25, even to 30, even 40-year-old. So we are in a situation where we get to understand how much we are affected and then say, Lord, we're coming back to you. So it's necessary that we realize the depths of the thing. Today, I'm not talking about women because we did it 2 weeks ago. We're not talking about men because we did it 2 weeks ago. About the manhood, the priestly manhood of the husband, the husbandhood of the man, sorry. Now, this evening, I want to pay attention to the godly role of the woman, of the wife. So we describe how the devil attacked women, her children, her body, her emotion, her being, her everything. All right, now let's see what's the solution. Number one is understanding God's purpose and vision for your existence as a woman. You gotta get that thing so right. What is God in mind when He chooses to create woman? By the way, let me be correct. Much accurate, right? Do we know from the Bible, only on earth you have reproduction of intelligent beings? I say based on Bible. So those who are beyond Bible, saying they discover things that they can't prove, I'm not talking about that. And the plan of salvation was set up before creation. That plan of salvation is for the whole universe, not just for man that will fall, for the whole universe. In the plan, the core of the plan is Christ must be born from a woman. So way, way before creation of angel or anything, you have been appointed by God to birth Christ. He must come and take a human nature by women. This is very important to understand. That you have been chosen and designed to partake the mystery of life and the plan of salvation. That's why you don't allow nobody to define you as a woman. No. It's not because somebody don't love you, so that will define who you are. Absolutely not. No, that's a wrong number. Every woman learn to go to your very beginning chosen in the mind of God in Christ. Even much more in that plan of salvation where Christ must have our humanity through you. It's through a woman that Christ received humanity, that He took our human nature. It's through women, not through the man. So for that reason, you got to understand that you are called to play a very important role. When it comes to the matter of life, that's why anything had to do with life should be your priority as a woman. Nothing else. No, not a job, not money. No, 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 no. The business of life is entrusted unto you. And don't feel ashamed about it. Let people talk, let people say anything they want to say. As long as you are faithful to God and to your duty as a person designed by God to manage life, you're good. You might not fit in the society, it's fine. So that's the first every woman needs to understand, that God trusts you so much that He designed things in such a way that when the plan of salvation was set up, Christ must take our nature through women. I wish this can sink in for all women, and they will teach their daughters about this very much well. They don't allow who love you, who doesn't love you to determine your value. No, your value designed by Almighty God. And full stop. A lot of you are miserable right now because, oh, he doesn't love me. Then what? God love you. God value you. God trusts you. with a life. And they want to go much deeper than that. Christ accept to be in prison in you for 9 months. That's how God trusts you. Huh? He had to be there in a belly, in a womb for 9 months, no escape. So you gotta take this in seriously. So that is the first thing we need to understand. Your value according to God. God's purpose and vision for creating you. And you see everything from the time you are chosen all over to the time you're going to sit in the throne of God. And the good news is when Christ comes, we're going to be all like neutral. No more gender. Done. That's why your to be a woman is for a time to fulfill a purpose. After that's done. That's what devil is against it, to use it against you. So that is divine design. Next one is your next role is to play the role of a helper. So the first role is what? In that plan of salvation, you must birth Christ. Woman role. Second, you're going to be a helper to a man, the man. This is crucial. And this should be taught to young girls. Teenagers should be taught very well that you are designed by God to be a helper. We can spend a whole evening only on that. That means there's no helper, nothing move. So if Adam was just by himself, there will be no life on earth. We're gone. Mankind will be gone. Then body need to be made for Eve, and she will proceed from. Let's read something. I need to explain this thing much better. Ephesians chapter 3, verse 9 to 11 reads. Ephesians 3, verse 9 to 11 read, and to make all men see what is the fellowship of the mystery, which from the beginning of the world has been hid in God, who created all things by Christ. I'm going to read that verse again. Please follow me. And to make all men see what is the fellowship of the mystery. What's the mystery? A mystery is something that is beyond your perception. You can't perceive it. Now, God want to make it seen by all. Really? Yes. Now, let's go continue. Which from the beginning of the world has been hid in God. So there was a mystery hid in God, right? And what's the mystery? How he created all things by Christ. Now watch verse 10. To the intent. To what? To the intent that now unto the principalities and powers in heavenly places might be known by the church the manifold wisdom of God. What? So you have wisdom of God, the manifold wisdom of God, to be revealed to who? To the principalities and the powers in heavenly places. By who? By the church. Really? So who is the first church? Adam and Eve. Now verse 11. According to the eternal purpose, which he purposed in Christ Jesus our Lord. So it was purpose that humanity will reveal the manifold wisdom of God. For that to happen, Christ must become one with us to reveal the fullness of God's wisdom to us. How? Through procreation. How? Through Christ becoming us through women. Now, to explain the mystery of creation, how the Father created all things by Christ, it is the same principle how the first child was born. When God created Adam, in Adam, Eve was already created. This is a very important teaching right there. Many think that that God created Adam, then he created Eve. No, that will completely destroy the Bible. God created one man, Adam. In him, all humanity come out, including Eve. So that's why the Bible said that he made Eve from Adam, but not created, made a body for her. Then love between Adam and Eve bring children. Exactly the same thing with Christ and the Father. They have been eternally one until the need of creation comes. Christ needs to proceed out of the Father. Then the love between the Father and the Son bring creation. Same thing. Take your time and go process this thing. Have a whole seminar on that. And the human being understand the mystery God placed around us, we will stop trusting our thinking. We have no idea who God has made us to be. So, as a helper, Eve must help Adam to fulfill God's purpose. That was purpose in Christ, the man. The purpose of how everything is created, and reveal also the mystery of how creation was done. So I have a question. Imagine Eve says, look, my body, my choice. So I am my own woman. I'm independent. I don't want to have any child. What's going to happen to mankind? Think about it. My body, my choice, and I have a freedom, and I am independent. And I don't feel like having any children. What could have happened to mankind? It will extinguish then. That's why we gotta be very careful of things we are taught to repeat. My body, my choice. That's the word of the devil. By the way, since when that become your body though? I thought God made it to fulfill a purpose. That's what I thought. And actually, that was the only truth. You didn't create your own body. God created your body to fulfill a purpose. It's not your body. Huh? Women need to really start getting this incorrect. It's not your body. It was given you for a time. Now, when time is finished, it will be gone away. You're gonna be like angel, neutral. When you're gonna recover incorruptibility, we will be covered with immortality, and your female whatever thing will be gone. As well as for men, you're gonna be like angels in nature, well, in gender, sorry. In nature, we're gonna be human divine. So what I'm trying to say is your role is so crucial that the very moment you don't want to play it, everything go down. So if Eve said, look, I'm here to be a helper, but I don't feel like this is my life, this is my body, I'm independent, I can do whatever I want, then everything will stop. So the very much you say, I don't want to play my role as a helper. So you are not here by choice. You didn't choose to be here. Everyone hear me? No disrespect, all right? I'm just saying that you did not choose to be here. If you did, raise your hand. You are sent to earth to fulfill a purpose, to repopulate heaven, to reveal the manifold wisdom of God. to reveal the mysteries of God, to let Christ come through the seed of Abraham, and then through Mary, like through the lineage of Mary, come here. You are designed to help fulfill purpose. Now, a helper to who? To Adam. That's why, women, you don't marry a man you cannot play your role with. You see, God created Adam, put him in a garden, and tell him he need to work. You gotta keep the garden, cultivate the garden. Then he given a woman to help him do what? Do his job, maintain the garden right, keep everything right, and manage the whole earth. So if you have a man that is not in the garden to work, is not in Eden. By the way, Eden is it's not really a place though. Eden is God's presence. That a woman, you should never marry a man that is not in God's presence and that is not working. So, as a helper, make sure you have something the man is doing that you should help him. Now, who sent you as a helper? God. Make sure you find him at the feet of God in Eden, doing the work God called him to do. Then you can play the role of a helper. We can spend a whole night talking about helper. It's such a profound thing to understand. And usually people we don't understand helper. Helper does not mean somebody that is lesser. Because you can help me only if you have equal or more strength. Otherwise, everything will be unbalanced. If I need to carry something upstairs right now, something huge, and I need a helper, I need somebody strong as me or stronger. So the description of a woman in the Bible is severely tempted with this low consideration of women in the past, unfortunately. So in the Bible, they describe women as a weaker vessel. No, if you look at the original word, it does not mean weak in a negative way. It means weak in a way of it's delicate. Okay, that you gotta take care of, otherwise it can damage. That's what it really means. It doesn't mean that it's weak, meaning less value. No. Actually saying it's so much value that if you don't carry it right, it can break. So the very moment woman will not play his role as a helper, everything going down. So you want to destroy society, redirect the work of that helper, redirect her mind to something else. That's it. It's just a matter of time. Everything will come down. Everything will collapse. So when you have all this agenda about women right, women this, women that, yes, women should have a right. Women should be protected, will be free from any kind of abuse. All of that's correct. But the very moment it's against what God has designed, we should see that there's something that they put in behind the door. The devil is so silly. It doesn't come to you 100% wrong. No, it comes like 5% good and paint all the evil of 95. So to destroy women, they show them how, yes, it's true that men has abused women in the past, has kept down women right, a lot of stuff. That's true. Men need to acknowledge that. But now to correct it by building a rebellious society of women, it's called disaster. Women's rights should be claimed, should be exercised without despising divine order in her life. So the role of as a helper, this goes in everything. You are the helper to transform everything. You are the helper to give birth to children. You're in a society where you say things like that, it sound negative. That someone is designed by God to give life, and it looked like something that is discriminatory. Like, why will you say that? It's like what is good is made look like evil. Helper must be stronger or equal to the person you want to help when it comes to strength and capability. Look at education of children. Who really played a major role? The mother. The father can provide, if he can work hard, do all of this and that, but the mother influence in the education of the children, you cannot replace that. Nothing can do. To have a children, what men need to do? Just give the liquid. That's it. Woman will make one child, two, three, even more. So if you see her role is playing a big role, education, bigger role, everything, management. Do you know women manage better than men? Especially when it's come to home. Simple shopping. We can shop right. A woman will shop always right. I'm talking about the right women. We don't manage a lot of stuff right. And they will. They manage time. They can manage a lot of things at the same time. Women can be cooking, be on the phone, have a child, breastfeeding a child on the phone, cooking, doing all of stuff, and giving directions to other children. She can do all of that. So her role is beyond a weak person. So women need to start asking themselves if they understand fully what it means to be a helper. If you get it right, trust me, you will feel so satisfied to be created by God to be a helper, because without you, nothing can work. The helper. Next one is, what is your role to the man as a helper? God made you to find a man that is doing what God asked him to do. Then you will not bring a string fire. You will follow order. You will follow direction. Not by the man. Follow carefully. Direction given by God to the man. Now, a lot of men will not feel comfortable. A lot of men want to be bossy, like, I'm the head of the house. Everybody go right. No, God never asked you to do that. You miss it as a man. You give the direction to your wife, only the one God has given you. If God did not lead you to do something, you should not ask no one to follow you in. Amen. If you are disobedient as a man, don't ask no woman to obey you, because you already come out of the context that God asked a woman to be a helper and to follow you, and you lead. The very moment you step out of that, you're not, it's like a manager. You are a manager, you don't own the company, you just manage it. And the day you misbehave, get fired, no employer should listen to you because you just disqualify yourself. You become unfit to be followed. Anybody get it? For many of us, men, because we are not in Eden, in God's presence, and we are not cultivating the garden, and we are not following divine order, we should not tell any woman to submit to us or listen to us. We are already out of context. If a man understood very well, we would see real order should be in the home. And a man should not marry a woman that cannot play the role of a helper. That's a disaster. It's going to be hard, like chewing on a piece of steel. All your teeth will be wear out. You cannot be chewing it. That's how hard it is. A woman should not marry a man that you can play a role of a helper with to fulfill God's purpose and vision, vice versa. So the role of a helper is so important. By the way, let me put it this way. You ready? If you are a woman and you marry a drug dealer and you want to play a role of a helper, what do you think you should be doing? Or are you going to be doing? Huh? You're going to be dealing drugs. Huh? You're going to be carrying businesses like that. Why? As a helper. That's why before you marry a man, don't ask me if he loves you that much. No, first question. What am I going to be helping you with? Yeah. I'm going to be a helper in your whole life. What is the thing I'm going to be helping you with? If he cannot answer the question, say, brother, we need to go to God until we get this thing correctly before we continue to talk. It's because women don't understand their role as a helper, so they marry any kind of man. You're good looking, you can make 6 figures, let's go. So what are you going to help him to do? What? Just make a bunch of babies? Fulfill his other emotions? Or his sexual desire? And that's it? No. Remember, it's God that designed you to fulfill a purpose that has given to a man. So through both of you, children will be raised God way. Through both of you, a next generation will be determined. Through both of you, the word of God should be taught in a whole divine kingdom. The man as a priest under Christ high priesthood. So that's why that is the kind of person God is calling you to be a helper for. So you want to marry a person, you want to marry a man, first question, are you in God present in Eden? Yes. Second, are you working? Yes. Third, are you a priest? There's a silence, back off. Because he will not be able to play his role as a priest in that house. So you can make all the money, have a nice house, but no morals, no divine power to lead. It's going to be a disaster. So the role of a helper is so important. Therefore, woman is so frustrated when the husband cannot lead. When the husband cannot play the role of a priest in a home. The woman is, if a man can understand this, we will ask the Lord to help us go to any Bible school, whatever, to play our role of a priest in a home. It's extremely frustrating for women to start playing your role in the house. She's frustrated. Now the children are confused. Who is who in this house? To the very moment we start messing up with the structure, everything is getting damaged. So it's very crucial that women understand the role of a helper. It's a profound thing. We good so far? Next one is the role of mother. It's more than just giving birth. Mothering, mothering. Mothering is very much to, is next to source, being the source to, because the husband is a father, right? And the father means source. So you are a helper to the source. So mothering is more than providing, it's a bounding, it's supervising, is leading, is directing. Mothering, so I mean the thing is weak, it's fragile, so it had to be mothered, not how to be protected. So the child need that from you. And then when they tell you, no, 3 months old, just leave the child alone, giving a lot of cow milk and get back to work. They must have a protest against that because it's wicked. It's an emotional torture to a child screaming, can't find his mother or her mother. How can you play that role if you're not even there? Please don't get me wrong. I'm not here to blame you. I'm describing our situation. Okay. So murdering is a very important, it's more important than your degree and your job. Yeah, I mean that 100%. I will not take even one word back. Mothers, please, I want you to know you are so precious. I have no idea who you are. No job can replace your job. Nothing on earth. The role of a mother cannot be substituted by anyone or anything. I read the last week, I'm going to read it again. Picture and Prophet, page 244, paragraph 2 reads, 244, right here says this. It says, how far-reaching in its result was the influence of that one Hebrew woman, and she an exile and a slave. The whole future of Moses, the great mission which he fulfilled as the leader of Israel, testified to the importance of the work of a Christian mother. There is no other work. Do you get that? There is no other work that can equal this. Not even the work of a pastor. Not even the work of a prophet can equal the work of a mother. They must have seminars on motherhood, seminars on wifehood. Deep stuff. That's why the Jew take it seriously. Go and check it out. They don't play with that. They take it very seriously because it determines the next generation. The next generation depend on mothers, then on fathers. The morals, everything, the habits, everything depend, or the major thing depend on the mother, to be much accurate. The father will play his role as well. But the mother is the one at home. The mother is the one that birthed them, that connect with them, that bound with them. Like it's so much. That her children follow mothers 90% or more. To the very moment the mother doesn't fear God, children boom in another direction. The very moment the mother is loud, not godly, children pick up the same way. So if the father go out to work, who's in the house? Mother with children. That her influence is so profound. So it's very important that the motherhood is understood because the whole future of the next generation depend on the motherhood. Now, next is the wife. Uh-huh. I should talk about that first, but it's all right. Okay. The wives. That's a whole school right there. How to be a wife to a husband. This is where we get to have a lot of trouble now. Please, sisters, I want you to get right. I'm not here to support no man. We already talked about the man, so today we're talking about you. You might say something that's uncomfortable. It's just for a teaching. I have nothing against you personally, okay? To be a wife to somebody, you gotta understand that thing very much, especially to a man that is willing to play his role. You are going to first learn and understand your own nature as a woman. You have to know yourself first. How do you function naturally? How are you so faithful to your feelings? A lot of women don't know that. Do you know you are much faithful to your feeling than anything else? Just make sure you don't trust your feeling more than God. Then you're gonna be okay. Many sisters are so faithful to their feeling that they cannot think. Please, this is not an insult. This is a description. You have to know it. And when you get into your feeling so much that reasoning is almost gone, you got to know that. And it's not your fault. And it's not bad. The life is not a life is not only about reasoning. That's why men have a problem sometimes. Not to say most of the time. So when a woman say, I feel this way, and a man come around ignorant and say, I think this way. You're gonna be surprised you will not understand each other. Why? Somebody's talking about how she feels. And you come around talking about how you think. Feeling have different neural pathways in the body, and thinking have a different one. If you look at the pathway of emotion and feelings, very different from the pathway of thinking. So sometimes husband and wives arguing in the house and they are so surprised. And why will be like, I don't know how my husband is so cold. He doesn't feel anything. Then the men turn around. I can understand. My wife have a degree, have FDB. She can't think. No, both of you are ignorant. Period. So when she's much more about how she feels, let's go use a complete different pathways of our feeling and emotions, may run into the reasoning. Then nobody is willing to understand the other person. That's the main reason why we argue in our homes. It's because we are ignorant. So for that reason, husband and wife should have a way of doing things. That when something happens, everybody pull back from feelings and from thinking to see what should be done. I promise you as a man, go try it. You will reduce at least to 50% all the argument in the house. Stop using too much reasoning. Get you and your wife to agree on how things should be. You'll be so surprised that you don't need to talk too much. So this go for the wife as well. To be a wife to a husband, that means you want to play the role of a helper of this and that and that, but much more someone that trusts his leadership, someone that believes he can. Women, you don't understand this, and don't even try to understand, just believe it. If you allow me to say it like that. Your simple word can make a man 2 or 3 times productive, I promise you that. Your simple word of encouragement. Say, I know it's hard, but I know you can do it. I trust you. You can do it. I will be there for you. I'm praying for you. Yes, honey, you can do it. Keep repeating until you see great things happen in your house. Guaranteed. If you come around, what you ever done? What is the thing you ever done this house? Show me. You are destroying. Then guess what? The man's like, you know what? Anytime do is not even appreciated, don't guess what? Don't even bother. That's how many of us we are poor. Because of that. A lot of women have never been taught how to be a wife to the husband. This have nothing to do with children. And I'm going to say something that's a little bit offensive. Please forgive me before I say it. A lot of women don't know their role as a wife, and they are attached to their children and love their little children than the husband. Is the worst thing you can offer to yourself. Women don't do it willfully. It's bound to their motherhood. Because remember, the child grows within her. The child is made of her. The child is like the extension of her body, of her whole being. The connection is very strong. But if you allow that to keep you from meeting your husband as a wife to the husband, you will destroy your marriage. The husband can be there, but both of you will never enjoy each other and grow and develop and create things and build great stuff. You can't. He's looking for you in the same house. Some mother will even make the mistake sleeping with the bed with the children. You don't do that. You never keep children in your bed. It's wrong. You are breaking the first bound. Love the children, but do not substitute husband with your children. It's a big mistake majority of women are making. I wish I can explain this one very much well. Attach your children as you want. Develop any bound you want. Never ever substitute them to your husband. No, never. It will hurt the whole household. It will create dysfunctionality in the home. A lot of women pay more attention to their children than to the husband. Please don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that to treat your husband like a child, like baby, like kind of babysit him. No. Let him have his place, ask his place. That's it. That's what I'm trying to say. No matter how much you are busy in the house, find a time for your husband. Be a wife to him. Yes, you're busy cooking, cleaning, taking care of the children. Yes. Whatever there's a will, there's a way. We don't need that much as a man. We just need a little of understanding. If your day are busy, however it is, sometimes sit down, talk. Say, husband, I would like to have time to talk with you to understand your way, your challenges out there. But right now, the children and the work in the home, express your concern that I am not able right now, maybe because of two children now we can do everything, or one child, whatever. But you gotta let your man know I'm always your wife. I wish I can explain. This is so important. I'm not talking about sex though. I'm not there yet. I'm coming to that soon. Your man need to share his thought with you, his vision with you, thing he's thinking to do with you. And when you come, you have done so much. It's not wrong, but just no matter no matter how things are tight, both of you need to make it happen. Maybe the day the man is off, say, look, help me in the house, do something. Or you can pay the help of somebody once a week or whatever, so that you can have a time to go through some of the stuff. Let us plan, let's look at the future of the children. What are we putting away? What are we saving? Do we have any program for them? Our health. What are we doing to keep the family healthy? Like our spiritual life, they must have a constant review and inventory of how we are living and where we are going. And a husband need that from you. Need somebody who will listen to the vision, the plan, how he's thinking for the house, for the future. It's called being a wife to the husband. Because wherever there's no vision, people will perish. Many are suffering today because 20 years ago, 25 years ago, they have no vision. Then you're going to see them sitting in the same place like this. Just because you didn't have a vision. And I realized something. When you don't have nothing on your schedule, you do everything and going nowhere. Do you realize that? The day you don't have your schedule loaded up, you pick up every call, you call any kind of person. That's what I'm but the very moment you have a vision for the day, a goal for that day to be fulfilled before sunset, you look at the person that's calling, you put right there, text me. Because you can't take all the call. You need to get done stuff. So when a woman is very aware to play her role as a wife to the husband, I promise you're going to see that household blossom. Because he is the head. If the head have no support, everything will crash. Emotional. We don't display our emotion very much, but we do have them. It's simple fact to tell your husband, I appreciate you so much. The way you are such a responsible man. You're not smoking, drinking, wasting the money you pay. You take care of us, me and the children. That all your men need to hear at least once a week. Just say it. It does not make you less woman. You are playing a role of a wife. Your word are powerful. It can build or destroy. So the role of a wife is something very profound. Yes, sometimes men make it very hard for women to play their role because we are also ignorant and unfortunately full of pride. But now I'm talking about women, so let's stay here. Next one is the in-laws for the woman. Don't allow your family to come above your marriage. No. Don't another one, don't allow your mother, your father, your brothers be the first before your marriage. No. Mm-mm. It will destroy you and destroy the future of your children. Why? You'll be like by design. You are not one with your family enemies. If you build a new family. It is a problem in a lot of marriages where wife put her parent first. If that man is not strong in the mind, he can leave or start doing a lot of bad stuff. because men would feel betrayed. Like, I left everything to become one with you, and you are attached to your parents. So it don't mean you are not one with me. And that can hit very hard. So, woman, your role is very difficult. You are bound to your children, you are bound to your parents, your brothers. And at the same time, now you got to put somebody as a priority on all of this. Like, everybody pulling you, the children pulling you, mommy. Your parent pulling you, hey, our daughter. Your brother pulling, oh, our sister. And then the man is like, don't forget, you are one with me. It's not easy. So it's for you to stop putting things in a little box. Okay. There's a box for husband, box for parent, box for children. You gotta be mindful about it. That's all it takes. And put things by priority. Who and what come first. So the role of a wife is profound. Next one is the sexual need in marriage. This require education. Both of you need to educate each other. You really need a proper discussion about this constantly. Both of you need to work to the point where it becomes something that is not an issue in a marriage. A man must learn to be temperate. The easiest way is control your diet, exercise enough, and fast. It will help you control your sexual appetite. Be very considerate, and both of you you gotta talk this thing in detail. Very much. When, how, you gotta be in, like, talk. For women, you gotta learn to look at your schedule. When do you know your husband gonna need you? Please don't find any reason why you're gonna play against you and your marriage. So in other words, find a better way in communication to see how both of you do things well. Same thing for the man. If you have young children, then you're gonna participate a little more. Yeah, because you're gonna be very exhausted. So there's a need of understanding. And men, we don't need sex all the time like that. The problem is feeling rejected or denial. Denied, right? Yes. That is a big issue. Women should never say no to their husband when it comes to sex. Oh, yeah, I know you're mad right now. Fine, listen up first. You gotta develop a way to bring this around. When your husband needs sex really badly, at that moment it's not possible. You don't reject him like, I'm tired, leave me alone. You must be very low in education to operate like that. That is so low. Oh, I'm tired, leave me alone. It sounds as a person that is maybe below the beginning of I don't know. I don't want to insult anybody. I'm not insulting, I'm describing though. A simple hug to your husband, say, husband, I really want to, but right now my body can't take it. Can we rest and maybe do it later? A man that have a heart will understand. He will. When you do it like that, he don't feel rejected. He understand that right now it's not possible. It's just a simple manner, a simple understanding. That's all it takes. And a man also be considerate. You can read between the line also. Don't be just selfish. Just think about your feelings or your desires. No. So there's a need What I'm trying to say is find a way, both of you, that you do not have a sexual issue in your marriage. Don't do it. Otherwise, you better don't live together. Why? If you're starving your husband sexually, you're going to fall into masturbation. That's going to bring a lot of curse in that house. And what happened is anytime man masturbate, they feel guilty. They feel less than themselves. It plays negatively on their emotion and on their psychology. Men start feeling less and less than himself every day, and then feel guilty before God all the time. Very soon, you're going to trigger stress level. It can become depressive to him. And worse than that, he's a God-fearing man, so you don't want to go out there, start celebrating with women around. You feel like hijacked. You feel like miserable. I mean, women don't understand something. It's easy for a single man to be peaceful because you have no woman around, nothing to stimulate you, so you're good. When you get married now, she go get a shower, come in the room naked, turn around naked, and it's constant triggering your emotion. It's triggering your sexual drive. That's how it is. You remember how when we study how erection comes? Stimulus first. Then the CGMP come up, and that will arouse, will let the nitric oxide, let your blood vessel widen, and then boom, erection and hormone, everything. Then when it happens, next to that, the CGMP will let the vein close, so the blood cannot come out, blood enter in the penis is there. So you need that stimulus first. So if you're a woman, you're in a house, you are a constant stimulus to your husband, and you constantly deny him, you are violating him. If you can't stay there, just leave. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm trying to describe a situation. You make that man a slave. You are breaking him slowly. He will be so damaged. You're going to realize a man that's not sexually satisfied in his marriage is less productive. He's less concerned. He doesn't care about nothing happening in the house. He doesn't care. Anybody dying is fine. We have a funeral, the life continues. Slowly, you're going to see the man don't even care for his own children. Why? He feels treated like a slave, I don't even know how to describe it. So it's important. I'm not saying that women must become like a toy in a house, like a sexual machine. No, I'm saying have a communication, have a way to the point where it is not an issue. You must do that. Among all the women on earth, he chose you and you accept it. It's called being a wife to your husband. Let me put it in a better way for you. Do you know only faithful men suffer sexually? Oh, by the way, do you also know that your husband needs you so much because he's faithful? If he were not faithful, he would be sleeping around, he would not need you. Follow carefully what I'm trying to say. It's because the men fear God that he chose to be faithful to you. Now he gets punished for it. Now he's manipulated for it. It's called evil. It will catch you later. I beg you, don't misunderstand me. Please, I'm not saying that men can behave anyhow and the woman need to be available to him. No. If your husband is emotionally immature, don't know how to treat you, and that make you emotionally and like you are not available for him, sit down and start talking about it. Sit down, start talking, having a real talk about this. Start reading some books. Let him read books, both of you, until you get to the point where it's no longer a problem. Sometimes it's not going to be about you. Sometimes you might need something quick, less than 5 minutes. Let it be as much as you can. Of course, it's not going to be all the time. Just understanding him. And men also need to practice a lot of self-control when it comes to that now. Otherwise, you're going to burst your prostate. Okay? But like I'm saying, this should be solved. It should not be an issue in marriage. If you do it, it's a disaster. It's dangerous. So wife, understand one thing, your husband will come to you because he's not going out there, because he fears God, because you are a wife to him. So whatever is the problem, solve it. If you want to be treated a certain way, educate your man how to cherish you, how to treat you, how to put in the right emotions. Just educate him. He will listen. Of course he will listen. So it's a very crucial that couple get to that maturity. That will not be an issue. And from there, everything can follow. So if you are playing the role of understanding your role in the plan of salvation, that's number one. Number two, your role as a helper. Number three, your role as a mother. And your role as a wife. So number one, your role in the plan of salvation. Number two, your role as a helper. Number three, your role as a mother. Then the whole next generation depend on you. Number four, the role as a wife. There's so much to go, but I'm looking into time, but I need to stop so we can take questions. But in all of this, I want you to know it's not going to be easy. God will be your help. God will guide. As long as you're willing to obey, He will give you wisdom to do things. It will work very well. Very much well. So we are going to pause here, and then we're going to be taking questions. But like I said, we need to look at how we are victim in this beast system, and look at God's solutions. And the only way, women, you can play your role in the plan of salvation, your role as a helper, your role as a mother, your role as a wife, you need one thing. You need a loving covenant relationship with Christ. That will keep your emotion right. That will keep your mind right. You will have the help of the Holy Spirit all the time. And slowly things will work easily. So remember, your priority is a loving, fulfilling, satisfying covenant relationship with Christ. From that, then you can be a mother to children properly. You can be a wife to your husband. You can be a helper to everything. You can play your roles. So I'm going to stop right here. May the Lord bless us and keep us. And we're going to ask a few questions to see how far we can get. All right. Thank you so much for your time.